So Namaste, Adab, Sat Sri Akal. This is CA Sankalp Kanstiya welcoming all of you in this amazing session on CA Final SCMPE Strategic Cost Management and Performance Evaluation. Are you ready to learn something new? Then let's get started, everybody. How are you all? So, a very exciting journey to start. Paper 5 of CA Final, 100 marks, and one of the most interesting and challenging subjects that we are going to study in the few months to come. Are you all excited? What say? Yes, sir, we are. So, keep on responding. So, let me tell you the first thing about the lectures. Obviously, we are going to have a great session as we move on, but the most important thing is going to be two-way communication. It should not happen that I come, I teach, I go. It should not be that way. Let's learn from each other, because at CA final level what happens is I will have a lot of knowledge to share, but at the same time I will expect you to reciprocate the same thing, because even you have done your articleship, you have attended your colleges, you are already a graduate, so the level of maturity that you have is at a higher scale. So as compared to when I teach to a student who is from a CA intermediate, and when I teach a student who is from CA final, there is a huge level of difference, because the person at CA final level is much matured, has a good amount of knowledge, and has a rational ability to question anything that is being said. So this is the ability that I am looking for in you as well. Keep on questioning things. There will be a lot of discussion that we will have. Not even a single word that I teach will be without any logic, will be without any reason. We will dig down deep as to why and what we are studying and what is the logic behind it. At the same time, till the time you are not clear with the concepts, do not stop. Okay, so on that note, two-way communication is the most essential part of this lecture, which is going to be very important, not only for you, for the future students who are going to refer the Google Drive, pen drive, or virtual batches of this ongoing lecture. Because see, as a student, there are common doubts which arise. So your doubts, your common doubts will also help those students who probably will be taking the Google Drive or all of those lectures. So it will be a win-win situation for all of us. So let's complete this session in the best manner possible and keep on communicating. We have a channel of communicating through our WhatsApp. We have a channel of communication through the live chats which are already there. Plus there is my Telegram channel. You can join that as well. So it will be helpful to you in case of any updates or any of those things. All right. Chalo. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's get started. So about myself, CA Sankalp Kanstiya by profession. I'm a chartered accountant and a company secretary. I completed my graduation from NM Narsi Monji College, which is in Mumbai, Vileparla. So I'm basically born and brought up in Mumbai. Yes, the financial capital of the country. And that's where I did my articleship. So I completed my articleship, completed my CA, CS, all almost by the age of 21 and a half. I had completed all of that. So let me start with my story. So how did it all happen? Initial days. So we can discuss all of this, and then definitely we will launch on to the costing subject as well. Now, the reason that I'm going to tell you a story is for a very important point, which I will discuss by the end of it. So just before I start, which attempt are you all giving? Please, can you write it down? Which attempt are you all giving? Chalo. Okay. Cool. So, cool. No problems. Chalo. So, we will start on that note. All right, chalo. So we will start on that note. Now, as I said, chartered accountant. As soon as I cleared my CA final examinations. As soon as I cleared my CA final examinations, obviously, like you, everybody, I was looking for jobs. So I applied for a lot of multinational companies. I always, wanted. I had that dream that I will be working for a multinational company, big buildings of glass, and corporate look, corporate setup. Will be talking to a lot of high level profile people and all of that. So that was one side, and the other side was obviously teaching. So I was in fact confused when I became a chartered accountant, whether I should go directly for teaching, I should opt for a job, what should I do. Then I just consulted my parents, and they were like, now you have taken such big degrees like CACS, why don't you brush up your personality and skills by entering a corporate job? Then after that, since you have a passion for teaching, you can then try for whatever else you want. So you can then try for teaching Saturday Sunday part time, and if you are able to sustain in that part time teaching for at least 1 to 2 years, then you can think of going into it full time. So that's how the trajectory happened. First, I started working with JP Morgan. So obviously, being a multinational company, that was a Monday to Friday job. Saturday, Sunday, I started teaching simultaneously to see how real my passion is. Continued that for 3.5 years. And then finally, I realized that yes, this is the place where I want to be. And then finally resigned in JP Morgan, started my own venture, face to face classes in Mumbai. Eventually, with technological upgrade, started with virtual batches all over India, pen drive, Google Drive, and all of that started. So that's how the whole thing worked out. Now, a decade back, when I became a chartered accountant, I was looking for jobs. So I gave a lot of interviews. My first interview was in JP Morgan. And believe it or not, I had to go through 6 rounds of interview before getting finally selected. Yes, you heard that right. 6 rounds I had to go before finally I got the offer letter. What a fantastic interview experience it was. I'm going to share. And there's a reason that I'm going to share for it. Wait and listen. So that's where the story goes. I got a call from one of the consulting firms, HR consulting firms. I didn't get a call directly from JP Morgan. There was a consulting firm, and then they called me and asked, sir, would you like to join this company? And we would like to have your interview. I was really happy that, wow, first interview, and I'm going to get a call from this big company. It's JP Morgan, world's biggest financial services company. All of us know. So I started a little preparation for that, did all of that, and then went for the interview. My first round was HR round. The HR peoples are really very good, let me tell you. So they just asked me, what are your hobbies and all of those things. Then came the second senior HR round. They try to have a background check of your family and your studies, how did it all go, where did you study, and all of that. So first round HR round clear, second round say senior HR round clear. Then came my third round. In the third round, there was a technical team of a vice president and who was a chartered accountant. So a vice president who was a chartered accountant, and the other was, I think, the head of department, and he was a MBA. So these were the two people who were taking my job interview. So first, a chartered accountant who was the vice president, and there was one head of department who was a MBA. So they went through my CV, and oh my goodness, so they went through my CV. My goodness, first attempt chartered accountant, then they saw first attempt company secretary, everything cleared in first attempt, and they just went through all my credentials. Academically, I was very strong. They were very, very impressed. They were like, wow, what a fantastic person we have. And this is what the feeling was mutual. Even I thought that, yes, I am somebody who's done a great thing so far academically, and I really was into a different zone, different world altogether. When you become a chartered accountant, at least for the first 3 months, the feeling that you have is you are the most intelligent person on this earth. And this is exactly the feeling that I had. don't laugh at me, okay? Because this is the same feeling that even you are going to have when you will going, when you will clear your CA examinations. So I cleared my exams on next level. I was sitting in front of two big persons of JP Morgan, vice president, head of department. They were going through my CV, really impressed. They in fact told me, wow, your CV looks really impressive. And then the next question that they asked was, okay, so where do you see yourself 5 to 8 years from now? So this was the typical question expected. So I told them, sir, I want to be a head of investment banking team. I want to be an investment banker. Now, what exactly is an investment banker? I didn't knew much at that point in time, but I had heard that these investment bankers earn a lot of money. At least 20 to 25 lakhs per annum is what they have as their salary. Plus, they have a lot of perks. They get cars and they get a lot of monetary benefits. So, always I thought I'll be an investment banker, sir. I want to be in the investment banking team. So again, they went through my CV, looked at me and said, wow, this is really, really very appreciable of you that at your age, you are thinking so big of becoming the head in 5 to 8 years. Again, I was now on cloud nine. I thought now this job is mine. I will ask for a hefty salary and I will definitely get it. So this was, constantly rolling in my head. So, okay, they then told me, should we start with the question and answers round? I said, yes, sir, why not? Full confidence in my voice. And they started the interview. The first point or the question that they asked was, okay, so tell us the top three investment banking deals that have happened throughout the globe in the last 6 months. Suppose, assume I am asking you this question. Suppose you are a chartered accountant and I am asking you this question. What are the top three investment banking deals that have happened in the last 6 months? What will be your answer? Tell me. Come on. You will say, sir, we are not chartered accountants. We don't know. Come on. Give it a try. What do you feel? Did I know about it or no? Come on. Let's answer. First question from the vice president, who was also a chartered accountant, was, tell us about the top three investment banking deals in the last 6 months. Come on, any answers from your end? No answers so far. Why? You don't know about it or what is it? So, yes, that's what everybody is saying. Sir, no idea. Everybody is thinking, but no idea. No idea. Exactly this is what happened with me as well. Trust me, I had no idea of what investment banking deals had happened in the last 6 months. I tried to goof up something, said something, fumbled with the words, fumbled with the sentences, but I had no idea whatsoever what exactly investment banking deals were happening in the recent scenario. I was mum. Okay, no problem, no problem. This is what the vice president said. No problem. It's okay. You're not able to answer. I said, yes, sir. So from cloud 9, first question, and I was thrown to cloud 5. Okay. Second question. Can we ask some more questions? They told me. I said, yes, sir. Why not? Definitely. A little confidence broken down. They asked me, Acha, what is the ballpark of the deals that have happened in merger and amalgamation space? What is the ballpark of the deal that has happened in the mergers and amalgamation space? Do you have any idea what has happened in what is the ballpark of the deal? Let me tell you first thing. I didn't even know what does the meaning ballpark have. No, I didn't know the meaning of ballpark. Leave aside the answer. So again, now second question. I had no clues whatsoever what to answer because I had no idea. I was just looking here and there and thinking in my head, what is he asking, man? I am a chartered accountant or already an investment banker. Acha, 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 I bluffed about investment banking. Now he is screwing or taking my case. Gone. I had no clues whatsoever. I said, sir, no idea, sir. because I didn't know what is ballpark. Leave aside the answer. So again I said no answer, sir. I had no idea. Almost sweat dripping through my forehead. Then came question number 3. Question number 3, they told me, should we ask you more questions? I said, yes, sir, why not? From cloud 5, I was at cloud 0. Question number 1, before the start of the question, I was on cloud 9. Question number 1, cloud 5. Question number 2, cloud 0. Then comes question number 3. Question number 3 was, okay, who are the merchant bankers for the investment banking deals that happen in India? Again, I had no clues whatsoever what the VP is asking about. I was screwed up. I literally had no idea what is going on. I just thought inside my head, why don't they ask me to, get out from here? Now, this person, just 2 minutes back, who was oozing with confidence, is now not even able to answer a single question. And trust me, I swear on you, all of you, this is a genuine story, not a made up story. This is actually what happened with me. I had no clues whatsoever what to answer. So question number 3, they asked me that, yes, tell us who are the merchant bankers. Again, I had no idea. The other person, the head of department, which was already there, he said, okay, it's okay, calm down, relax. They realized that this person is of no use. From cloud 0 to cloud minus 0.5, I was, below the ground now. I had no idea what to answer. There was a second where I thought, am I really a chartered accountant? And I literally blanked out. All I could see was blackout in front of my face. I can actually feel what happened on that fateful day. Then again, they were like, oh, okay, no problem. It's okay, you try, but you're not able to answer. But frankly speaking, I was not even able to try. I was, dripping with the sweat. Oh, took out my handkerchief, wiped it, and then I was just relaxing, not able to think anything else. Then they told me, should we ask more questions? I was like, I mean, you wanted to insult me more? How much more are you going to insult me? So then came question number 4. They again went through my CV and then they told me, okay, what are your hobbies and everything? See, they realized that this person is a technical bluff. He doesn't know anything about technicals. He is just saying big words, investment banking, asset management, all of these things. He is not able to answer even a single question, even a single word of what we are asking. So then the next question that they told me that, okay, should we ask some more questions? I was like, yes, sir. Either tell me to go away, or if I had a choice, I would have voluntarily left out. But thankfully, they asked the next question. They told me, okay, they went through the CV and they told me, okay, what are your hobbies? Now, usually for hobbies, what we do is we do cut, copy, paste. We have a CV already ready. So usually majority 80% of the things are common. So we pick it up and put it there. This is what even I had done. But coincidentally, the hobbies that were written there in my CV and the hobbies that I have were matching. So one was playing cricket, listening to music, reading books. These were the 3 hobbies that I had written. A typical answer by any person. So they said, oh wow, playing cricket and then reading books, listening to music. Very good. Can we ask some questions on that? I said, yes, sir. Why not? So they asked me a question. Listen carefully. You will also have to answer. They asked me a question on cricket. Like, okay, so playing cricket is your hobby. Why don't you answer a question on cricket? I said, yes, sir. Why not? They told me, suppose a bowler bowls a ball. Batsman tries to hit but misses the ball. The keeper also misses the ball, and there is a helmet right behind the keeper. Within the ground, right behind the keeper, there is a helmet. The ball hits that helmet. How many runs will the batsman get? Tell me. Tak 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 tak. Kaun banega crorepati? Hi, sir. So now, obviously, this was the question that was being asked to me. Tell me, what is the answer? Do you know it? A bowler bowls the ball. Batsman tries to hit but not able to hit it, misses the ball. Keeper also misses the ball, and behind the keeper, right behind the keeper, there is a helmet. The ball hits that helmet. How many runs does a cricketer, a batsman, get for this? Yes, the batsman gets the runs for it. or rather the team gets the runs for it, how many runs will the team get for it? Do you have any idea? I don't think so. The audience sitting here has any idea. Let me give you the answer. The answer is Akash Kumar has said 4 plus 2. No, Akash Kumar. Uh, Kiran has said batsman 0, team 5, if I am not wrong. And let me tell you, Kiran, this is the correct answer. So the team will get 5 runs. And this was my immediate reaction. I told him, sir, 5 runs. As soon as he completed the question, as soon as he told the ball will hit the helmet, how many runs do you get? I said, sir, 5 runs. I was so happy because after the first 3 questions, I thought I will never be able to answer their questions. But yes, thankfully I did. I said 5 runs to them and the answer was correct. They were like, wow, this is the correct answer. I started oozing with confidence. I was like, wow, something, I know something. Chalo, great. Then they read the CV again. Then they said, oh, reading books. Which book have you read lately? Now, coincidentally, that book already has a movie named after it, Two States. If you know, Arjun Kapoor and Alia Bhatt. So that's a movie named after Two States. That was the book that I had already read. A Punjabi boy, a Tamilian girl, and they fall in love at IIM Ahmedabad, and there were cultural issues that they were facing, as we all know, in India, linguistic issues and cultural issues and all of that. But finally, they get married. So this is how the person who was taking my interview, he told me, okay, explain the story of this book in 2 minutes. So I actually explained it to them. Same, Punjabi boy, Tamil girl, fall in love, have issues, but they finally make it up, all of that. Full story. I give it to them in a span of 2 minutes. And they were really impressed. They were like, wow, what a superb answer. Now the next point that they say is, if you had the same passion for investment banking like you have for cricket and like you have for reading these novel type of books, then we would have been more happier to have you in our company. Oh my God. Did you listen to their answer? They said, if you had the same passion that you had for about questions related to cricket, about questions relating to reading books, reading novels, if you had the same passion for investment banking, you would have answered that way. The first 3 questions. But these irrelevant questions for our company, you are able to answer. We don't want your knowledge of reading books or playing cricket. No, we will appoint you in JP Morgan for your knowledge of investment banking, which you were not able to answer, and the extracurricular things you are able to answer immediately, spontaneously. Tell me, should we hire you or not? Oh, geez. I was like, oh my God. Now I answer the question, still they have issues. When I don't answer the question, still they have issues. What do I do, boss? I was zapped, and legit, I'm telling you, this is a true story. I didn't have any idea what to do. Should I answer the question or should I not answer the question? If I'm answering, I get back answered, backfired. If I don't answer, obviously it's not a good thing. Oh gosh, I felt like a deflated balloon. I was like, oh my God, now what do I do? So no problems. The grinding still continued. It didn't stop here. The VP. Now these 2 questions were asked by that head of department of that MBA person. Then they again continued with the CV. And the next question that they asked was, okay, so we will continue with our technical round, is what they said. I was like, yes, please keep on insulting me every 5 minutes. So the next question that they asked was, tell us something about accounting standard 9 and 22. And my eyes lit up. I was like, wow. Now see, if somebody asks me about accounting standards or tax or costing or law, I will be able to answer, because that's what I've studied in CA final examinations and I've cleared it, and that's how I've come for the interview. You ask me anything related to my module, related to my PM, related to my past papers, RTP, I will be able to answer. But you ask me directly about economic times and mergers and acquisitions, how will I answer? So I told them, sir, AS9 is about leasing, because see, now all you have all Ind AS and everything, but at our times it was accounting standards. Probably you would have given your IPCC or Inter through that. So accounting standard 9 was there, which was about leases, and then there is accounting standard 22, which was about deferred tax. So I was able to answer that, because see, we had become chartered accountant by reading those books only, no, PM and module and everything. Then again they asked me a question, okay, what is the difference between NPV and IRR? I was able to answer because I had studied that in my PMN module. Then they asked me some questions about the computational points of profit and gains from business and profession and capital gains. I was able to answer that. Few more questions, all related to my curriculum, technical books. I was able to answer them absolutely correctly. Now I had no clues how all my interview went. So finally, those typical technical questions which I knew, obviously, because we had studied it through our books, I was able to answer. My interview was over. Next day, I got a call that yes, I had cleared the third round of interview as well. I was so happy. Would you believe that initial 20 minutes of my interview, 15-20 minutes of my interview, I had almost given up. I was like, oh my God, I don't think so I'll be ever be able to clear this round. But fate had it. Then after third interview, there was a fourth round with the executive director of the company. Then there were two more rounds regarding my knowledge of testing, my knowledge of Excel and all of that. And finally, I was selected. What a sigh of relief, I just can't tell you. Then there was a discussion regarding to my package, and finally I was selected. The moment I was selected, first day I went to the manager of the team who was there for the interview. I asked him that, sir, I had given such a pathetic interview. I didn't think I'll be able to clear it. How did you choose me? His answer was simple. He told me that, see, when we saw you as a fresh chartered accountant, you were on some other world. So the initial questions were framed purposely to bring you down to your level, because we knew that because you are in that world, you will ask for some insane salary, which obviously as of now you don't deserve. And also, see, we have also been through this stage where you've just freshly qualified and think airs about yourself, but the reality is different. So those questions were purposely framed. We knew you will never be able to answer them at your age and at your experience. So we knew that. But the later questions which you were able to answer showed your confidence, and that's what we wanted, and then we hired you. So that's how the corporate things work. You don't even realize what they are testing you for. So they were tested me for this, and then finally I got selected. Most happiest moment, and that's how it works. See, but for me it was still manageable, because a decade back, or more than a decade back, it was still possible for me to just clear on the basis of my typical technical knowledge of my books and of my CA books, PM and module and everything. But today's scenario is highly competitive. At my point in time, there were not so many chartered accountants, so we had a lot of choices to choose from, but not for you. Now it is very challenging to get a job, and you will get an edge only after you have that edge in knowledge, and that is only possible by going through economic times on daily basis. That's what my point is. See, as soon as you clear these examinations, you are going to become a chartered accountant. So as a chartered accountant, don't you feel there is a huge expectations from your end, huge responsibility? Yes, there is. Start developing yourself in those terms. Now few students who have their attempt in 6 months from now will think, sir, we have so much to study, where we will take time for economic times? Everything is possible. See, now so everything is available on the application. All you need to do is, whenever you have free time, go through that application, go through the recent news. Stop surfing on your Facebook, Instagram, Telegram, all these social media time passes. Stop doing that, and invest more time on upgrading your knowledge through economic times and all of these. Business line, business standard is there, mint is there. That will make a big difference. And pick up any subject that you are going to study. 8 subjects is what you have. I will tell you, all 8 subjects are covered in your economic times. Be it your FR, financial reporting, has so much of Ind AS. Again, open your economic times on daily basis. You will find some or the other notification from that end. Then obviously you have SFM of Economic Times is fully filled of stock markets. Then be it your probably audit law. So auditing statements are there. Every company has to issue their unaudited and audited financial statements. Where do they put up that? On the Economic Times. Law is there. Management accounting, SCMPE. Management accounting means how does a company perform and all of that. Again, that is there. Direct tax, indirect tax is a part of Economic Times. Everything is included there. But do we take the pain to study that? The answer is no. If you go through Economic Times 30 minutes on a daily basis, trust me, it will change your life for good. Because you have chosen chartered accountancy, because you want to grow up in this field, trust me, this is going to be the most important thing that you will start from now on. Again, I'm telling you, I know you have your exams probably 6 months from now, 1 year from now, and you have 8 subjects to study and you have a lot of pressure, so many amendments, so many new things coming up. But in spite of all of this, you can do it. The reason I'm telling you this is start creating an edge for yourself from the beginning. The moment you do that, it will be the best thing for you. All right. So I hope you will definitely do it and do better in your job, practice, teaching, business, whatever you want to do for your future. Anyways, this was just a short discussion about my interview and just giving you an idea of how things work in the corporate world and how you can ensure a better future. All right. Chalo, on that note now, sir, let's start with some SCMP. We are excited for that. So definitely we are going to do with that. First, we will discuss about a little about the paper pattern, how institute is asking questions. So that is also going to be an important part. And what are the expectations of ICAI from you as a student? What are the chapters that we are going to study? What are the chapters that are there as a part of curriculum? What are the new things that come from ICAI in regards to this subject? All of this is coming on your way. So are you all excited? Are you all there? Please WhatsApp, please message so that I come to know about whether you are here or not. Come on, everybody. Okay, so thank you for all your replies. Shall. So now let's start understanding the subject. Alexa, stop. Alexa is also listening to our lectures, it seems.
Here's something I found on the web.
Alexa, stop. Alexa. Okay. Okay. So let's start now. Just a moment. Okay, so now first we will start with the paper pattern. Do you have any idea of the paper pattern? Everybody? So let's start with that. Don't write anything. See, I will give you enough time to write, but when I'm talking to you, don't write anything. I will tell you when to write, when not to write. We will have enough time. So this is your paper 5 and this is your paper pattern. So question number 1 is a compulsory question. Question number 1 is a compulsory question and this is for 20 marks. This is usually a case study based question. Now when I say a case study based question, there will be at least 1 or 2 chapters in this case study and they will make a mixture of it and then they will ask you. How to answer all of this will come, don't worry macha. Then comes question number 2 to question number 6. Question number 2 to question number 6, you have to answer any 4 out of 5. Any 4. So from question number 2 to 6, you have to answer any 4. and this will also be for 20 marks. This will also be for 20 marks. All right. So this is going to be your paper pattern. Now, usually question number 2A, B will be 10 marks each. Usually, again, this is not a fixed pattern. 3AB will also be 10 marks each. Then question number 4A, B I have seen is usually for 5 marks. Then question number C is for 15 marks. Then question number again 5A, B is for 10 marks. Question number 6A, B is for 10 marks. So this is how usually the questions are. So majority of the questions will be for 10 marks each, and the remaining first question will be of 20 marks. That will also have many sub connections. So this 20 marks will also be subdivided into say 3, 4, 7, 2, 6, whatever. Okay, so this is how your whole paper 5 pattern of exam is going to be. Now please write it down, everybody. Please write it down, everybody. And as soon as you are done, please comment on the chat box so that I am also aware that you are done, and then we can move on. Next we will discuss about the chapter names. Then we will discuss about the book optimized that you have got, that how we are going to study from that. Then after that I will also discuss about the weightage of every chapter so that you are aware of it. We will give you a small description about the same, and let's see. Sure. See, this pattern is fixed. This pattern is fixed. The below pattern that I have written is just recommendatory. It can change as per ICAI mood. Done? Are we done, guys? Okay, chalo, let's move on. Now, let's discuss about the chapters. Let's discuss about the chapters. So, in all, there are 12 chapters, of which one chapter has been deleted by ICAI. So, there is chapter number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is your module 1 as per ICAI. Okay. Also optimized also has 2 modules, module 1 and module 2. I have designed my optimized also as per ICAI modules only. So what I have done is, see, this is module 1 as per ICAI. ICAI will give you 3 modules. Module 1 is chapter 1 to 7. Module 2 is chapter 8 to 12. Module 3 is exclusively for case studies of all these chapters. I will give you two modules, module 1, chapter 1 to 7, and the case studies of these chapters are also included in your optimized book itself. So I have not given it separately with the flow of a concept. So for example, suppose there is a concept called as Kaizen costing. So what ICAI has done is they have explained Kaizen costing, so it is a part of chapter number 3. So ICAI, what they have done is they have taken Kaizen costing in module 1 as a part of chapter 3, and then in case study, which is module 3, there they have again showed that Kaizen costing ka case study. What I have done is Kaizen costing, and that case study also I have included with the flow, because obviously there is a concept, there is a example to it, and then there is a case study. So I have included all in that one place itself. So you have a one-stop shop solution. You don't have to go for case studies, you don't have to refer some other book, or you have to go somewhere else. Not required at all. So everything will be covered here. Okay, so this is about your module 1. Then as per ICAI, you have module 2, and this covers your chapter 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. What are the name of the chapters is now what I am going to write. Discuss 2 lines about it. I will also tell you whether it is theory or practical, and then what we will do is we will have a look at the chapter weightages as well. So chapter number 1 is called as Introduction to Strategic Cost Management. Introduction to Strategic Cost Management. You don't have to write. I will give you enough time for that. Focus. Just pay attention. Just relax. Alright. So whenever you write and at the same time you are listening, you will not be able to concentrate on either of the things. Neither will you be able to concentrate on what I am speaking, nor will you be able to concentrate on what you are writing. So it's better concentrate on one thing, and that is me. Look into my eyes, everybody. All right. And then I will give you enough time to write so that mentally you are focused there. So Introduction to Strategic Cost Management is chapter number 1, wherein this chapter introduces you to the subject of what exactly is strategic cost management. This is a hardcore theory subject. If I have to speak of its weightage, see, I have this weightage sheet. Almost it's so many attempts are over that I'm not even able to write down the at places. So see here, what is the weightage that we have here is, just a moment. See, chapter number 1 weightage is very less. Hardly they have asked once or twice in 6 to 8 attempts, and that also for 15 marks. So okay, weightage is what we will tell. Second chapter is your modern business environment. Modern business environment. Very important chapter. Now for almost all the chapters I am going to say very important, because see, there are hardly, effectively if you see, first chapter is not that important. Chapter number 5 I will write deleted by ICAI. So effectively you are left with 10 chapters for around 125 marks including option. So that just goes on to show that now every chapter is going to be very important, macha. Right. Okay. So second chapter is modern business environment. It is a combination of theory plus practical, and its weightage, as you can see here, is a very nice. It is been asked for 20 marks on regular basis, at times 10 marks as well. So a very important chapter. If it has been already asked for 20 marks, see, 1, 2, 3, so many times it has been asked. So obviously very important. So third, then chapter number 3, super, my favorite, and this is lean system and innovation. So what are the new systems that have been brought into the manufacturing sector is what we will study here. In chapter number 2, modern business environment, we will see how the techniques of businesses how business models are changing in today's scenario, right? Today's scenario is not about the typical businesses. It is about the valuation businesses like your Paytms, your Netflix, your Airbnbs and your Facebooks, right? So what is this modern business environment, and how do we as chartered accountants, as management accountants, get into the scheme of things for that? Then is your lean system and innovation. Again, this is theory plus practical. So what is lean system and innovation? Now new businesses are coming. How do you innovate yourself in these new businesses and make your mark is what we will be studying here. Then is chapter number 4. This is cost management techniques. What exactly is this chapter? This chapter is also theory plus practical, but how do you manage your costs with so much changing environment? You have a new business model, you have new ways of doing businesses. How do you manage your cost is going to be the important part here. If we see as regards the weightage, at times it has also been asked for 40 good marks. This is also been asked for 25 marks, 20 marks, 17 marks. Oh boy, what a huge weightage. Now you would be wondering, sir, even we want this weightage sheet. Definitely I will share it with you, but it will be on the Telegram channel. So you can join my Telegram channel. You will find all of this available with you handy at one place. What is the Telegram channel name? I'll discuss it with you later on. Then chapter number 5 is deleted by ICI and rightly deleted. It was any which case useless, and useless things don't require to be here. Then comes decision making. Oh ho ho, what a important chapter, because end of the day, as a chartered accountant, this is what you and me are going to do. What we are going to take decisions for our clients in the best manner possible. Again, this is also theory plus practical oriented. Then comes your chapter number 7, and that is pricing policy or pricing strategies. Pricing strategies. Very important. Again, theory plus practical. So almost all chapters you can see here are a combo of theory plus practicals. Now, officially, so what is pricing strategy? How do you price a product in today's changing scenario? See, there is not one price. If you go to a Book My Show, have you ever visited Book My Show for booking movie tickets? Yes, sir. The same movie ticket in the same movie hall for the same movie will have a different price at 9 to 12 show, and will have a different price at 6 to 9 show. Why? It is a pricing strategy. The same Ola Uber, if I go to Ola Uber at morning 8 a.m., it will show me a different price. And for the same location, if I visit that Ola Uber at 8 p.m., it will show me a different price. Why? What has changed in 12 hours? The whole world has changed? Yes, as regards pricing strategy, it has changed. Now, how? Well, that's what we will study. And in this business scenario, how the pricing strategies are to be done. Very, very important and interesting part. So I hope we are done with this. Now, as per ICAI, module 1 in all of the above should be asked for around 35 to 40 marks. 35 to 40 marks. Does it hold true? The answer is no. Never in the history of ICI have they adhered to what they have said as regards it, but officially this is what it means. Then we have module 2. Module 2 is what are the chapters? I'll write down. First is performance, measurement and evaluation. Performance, measurement and evaluation. This chapter is a totally new chapter. Just focus here, don't write anything. This chapter is totally new chapter. Few concepts given in this chapter were so new to all of us. All those, any professor that has given exam in the old syllabus will have no idea of what was there in this. So some new chapters were added with a international connect, ACCA, CIMA, if you have heard. See, ICAI is very clear. It wants to pitch itself as a global degree. Now, obviously, you will get a global recognition only when your content matches the global degrees, right? And that is where Now your SCMPE paper has a lot of things common with ACCA and CIMA, so that we can pitch to the world that yes, we are a global degree as well. That's how the portraying should be. So this is one chapter, performance measurement and evaluation, almost picked up from ACCA P5 paper 5, called as advanced performance measurement. A lot of concepts are taken from there. This chapter was new. There were at least 5 to 6 concepts which were international. Uh, we had to study as professors, as chartered accountants in depth, but obviously very, very interesting. According to me, the most important chapter of your syllabus is this. Yes, the most important chapter. Again, obviously has to be a combination of theory plus practical. Then comes your chapter transfer pricing. Very, very important. More on a practical side. See, look at this chapter 8 weightage. Look at this weightage. Almost 38 marks, 40 marks back to back. 38, 40 marks back to back from one chapter, which means 1/3 of your paper is going to come from chapter 8, at least for those attempts. Right? So this goes on to show how important it was. Then comes your chapter number 10, which is strategic analysis of operating income. This is actually strategic analysis of operating income. This is a combination. Yeah. So this chapter is a combination of 2-3 chapters from old syllabus. So there is a concept called as activity based costing, activity based management, direct product profitability, customer profitability analysis. All of this is covered here. Majorly practical, a little bit of theory is there. Then chapter number 11 is there, which is budgetary control. This is hardcore theory and has no relation with the budgetary that you have done in your IPCC or intermediate. Zero correlation. And then finally, my favorite, and it will also become your favorite, I guarantee you, standard costing practical. Alright, now what exactly is your performance measurement and evaluation? Let's discuss for 2 minutes. So performance measurement and evaluation is measuring the performance of employees and companies. See, today's scenario, remember that everything is based on performance. Your pay is going to be based on your performance. Gone are those days when somebody used to get a salary of rupees 10,000 for the job that he was doing, and he will get the whole year 10,000 rupees. At the end of the year, his appraisal will happen, 10% increment. Next year, it will become 11,000. Gone. Thank you. Tata. Bye bye. Okay. Namaste. No. This is not going to happen now. In today's scenario, if you have a 10,000 rupees salary, there will also be a connected performance related pay. If you perform well, you will get paid better. So this is where we evaluate the performance. So is the case with companies. If the companies perform well, they will be evaluated accordingly, and then that's how the whole system will work. So how does this whole evaluation, performance evaluation thing happens is what we will study in chapter number 8. Chapter number 9 is also very interesting, transfer pricing. Let me tell you, you will also study transfer pricing in direct tax. Direct tax transfer pricing and costing transfer pricing has zero correlation. So there is no connection. Okay. So transfer pricing, chapter number 9 here is how goods and services, when they are being transferred within department. So there is department number 1 in the same company. There is department number 2 in the same company. What should be the pricing formalities in these kind of departments? Should it be on cost? Should it be on profit? Should it be on market price? All of that is what we are going to study here. Probably we will be starting with our first chapter as transfer pricing itself. Then comes your chapter number 10, strategic analysis. As I said, there's a combination of 2-3 chapters. How operating income statement for any company is to be analyzed, and how improvements as management accountant should be suggested. Then you have budgetary control. In today's scenario, how do you make budgets? Gone are those budgets which you had made, like purchase budget, sales budget, which are there. But as a chartered accountant, how we review them, what are the measures that we tell to take for making new type of budgets. And then is your standard costing. This standard costing also includes advanced standard costing, which we will be studying in the course of our lectures. All right. So this is about the whole study that you have. Module 3 is ICAI. So when you get ICAI modules, you will get 3 modules as I said. Module 3 of ICAI is case study based, which we have already covered, in your module 1 and module 2 of your optimized. So that's what now I'm going to take you through the optimized. But before that, I will suggest each one of you to please copy this. Start. Okay, so now all of us have written the chapter names. Cool. Now let me tell you what ICA had thought when they actually framed the whole syllabus. See, now I'll just write it down for you. The real ICAI thought process. SCMP as a subject, they divided into two parts. First part they told is as strategic cost management and decision making. This is the thought process of ICAI. Huh? Okay. And the second part, they named it as performance measurement and evaluation. Don't write anything, just focus here. Performance measurement and actually control. This was their thought process. Then they subdivided this into two parts. Now this became module 1 as I told you just now, and then this became module 2 as I told you. This is the base level understanding of ICI, because see, I have been following a new syllabus from the day it was launched, because I was already a professor for AMA old syllabus, teaching more than 5 years that, and then there was a transition to SCMP, and then from the day one, from the time ICI launched its first module till now, and obviously going forward, everything I have covered in my books, in my lectures, through my YouTube channels and everything. So now I know, at this point in time, I know the base logics of what was introduced. Then now how things are being converted and transitioned. So that's what I'm just discussing with you. So then what they did is they divided the module 1 also in two parts. Here they named it strategic cost management, and this they named it decision making. From chapter number 1 to 5, they focused on strategic cost management. I will write this as chapter number 1 to 4 because any which case 5 is deleted. And then for chapter number 5 to 6, their thought process was it will be a part of decision making. Same bifurcation was done here. In case of module 2, here they had written this as performance measurement. This is the base concept, because I was also a part of board of studies teaching at ICAI virtual level. So I know all of these nitty gritties. I had visited Noida office of ICAI just for a consultation for understanding of things. That's way back, but that's how things work out. And then is this control. Now chapter number 7 to, sorry, so my mistake, this is chapter number 6 to 7, and then chapter number 8 to 10 is performance measurement, and chapter number 11 to 12 is your budgetary control and then standard costing. Practically this was their thinking. And then they told that okay, this will be 35 to 40 marks weightage, okay, this will be 35 to 40 marks weightage, and then there will be case studies which will have a weightage of around 20 marks. Case studies which will have a weightage of around 20 to 25 marks. This was the thinking. Wait, hold on, listen to me. Then obviously things started working up, module everybody followed and all of that, but there was this feeling that the number of questions or the case studies or the cases were less. Then ICAI launched something which was very much required in the year Feb 2021, which was called as case study digest. Very, very important, wherein they discussed a lot. There were 49 questions which included case studies, case scenarios, practical questions, everything that we as chartered accountants thought of was missing from the SCMP syllabus. So case study digest was introduced. Then through May 21 RTP, few new concepts were introduced. So all of this is now what we are definitely going to study. plus anything that comes in your till your attempt. So whenever is your attempt, don't worry, we will cover everything whatever comes. Say for example, somebody is from May 25, May 26 attempt, and is feeling that okay, everything will be covered. Yes, each and every aspect of your syllabus till the time you are chartered accountant will be covered from my end. Suppose we are done with the lectures, in the next 3 months we will be done with our lectures. After that, what sir? After that, if any new question comes or if any new thing comes, then what? Then also you are connected with us and you will get each and everything obviously free of cost. So stay rest assured for all of that, and that's how things will work out. Please everybody copy this now, please. Done guys? And now the discussion of the content from where you and me are going to study, and that is our favorite book, Optimized, the authored book, which has everything that you as a student want to secure the maximum marks in your examinations. Are you done? Okay, let me tell you one more thing. All of this that I am dictating and I am writing here will be uploaded on the Google Drive as well. So don't worry, in case you have missed writing something, everything, all of that will be under the written notes. So it will be shared with each one of you by the end of the lecture, probably next day, by the next day. All right. Chalo. Now we will come to optimize. Sir, what are the contents of optimized, the book that we are going to study from? Okay, let's start the understanding of that. So, what all is covered? First thing that we are going to cover is ICAI material 100%. Okay, not even a single word I'm going to miss out. Obviously, we will be covering the RTPs, the mock test papers, the past papers, then old practice manual, relevant questions. All right. So obviously, old PM also has few relevant questions. We will be doing that. Now, this is all what I have written. This. So ICI material, RTP, MTP, past papers, everything by default, as I said, covered. Now, this obviously is ICI thing. What additionally I am going to give you through my book is now what I am going to make you understand. There is going to be a concept of scan and learn. What is it? I'll tell you. Then there is going to be a concept wherein we are going to study about international level sums. Yes, they are also included because ICAI in today's scenario is asking you questions from international level. Yes. See, when I told you this chapter whole, uh, performance measurement is picked up from international books. Obviously, there will be questions from there as well. Don't worry, we are covered. Then there is a new concept called as study mentor. What is it? I'll tell you. Then you have case study summary. Then you have case study summary. So all the case studies which are there, there is a summarized version in your book as well. And there is also a chapter wise revision summary. After every chapter, if you want to revise, there is a quick fire chapter wise revision summary as well. So do you feel after all of this we need to study anything else? The answer is no. Do all of this with full focus, with full discipline. I assure you the maximum marks. The only thing that students lack is discipline. You will understand everything in the lectures. That is my guarantee. Everything, every single word, every single sum by the end of the lectures, you can ask any of your seniors who would have attended, or you would have asked any of your seniors who've seen my YouTube video or anything. They will also understand everything. So in terms of understanding, you will not have any problems whatsoever. Yes, keep on writing as well. You will not have any problems whatsoever. You will understand everything. You will be able to retain the logic. The only difference between somebody who's going to secure 80 plus in this subject is going to be discipline and practice. These are the two major things which is going to be the differentiator. See, my student, same student in your batch who is going to study from me, there will be somebody who is going to cross 80 plus, but there will also be somebody who will get only 50 marks. The problem is not going to be me or my content. The problem is going to be your discipline and your practice. If you are going to be disciplined from day one, if you are going to keep on practicing questions from day one, then there will not be any issues. Also, let me tell you one thing. We will be having regular tests as and when we complete a part of portion or something. So suppose if I complete a chapter, say I'm going to start with transfer pricing chapter number 9, and it's a very important chapter. And if we are done with that, then in that case, I will also keep a test immediately so that you are able to write the answers on a regular basis. All right. So with that note of discipline and practice, let us move on. I hope you have written this. All of you have written it. Again, I'm telling you, this same batch, this same set of students who are going to watch all the lectures from start to end, there will be one person who is going to cross 80 plus. There will be one person who's going to get stuck on 50. The difference is in your hands. And the difference is discipline and practice. Nothing else. Because in terms of understanding, I will give 500%. Not 100, not 200. I will give my 500%. And you will realize it in the course of study. So that's where you have to be mentally very strong from now on. Gotcha? Yeah. Chalo. Are we done with this? Nobody is responding, so which means they are writing. Chalo. So people are done with this. Now I'll just take you through. Okay, cool. So I'll just now take you through the optimized so that you come to know of all the features that I am speaking of. Pick up any chapter. We'll pick up say we pick up chapter number 3. just like that, JLT. Okay, now as I told you, what all will be included here. First, so chapter name, it will always start with a motivational phrase. Never complain about the difficulties in life, because a director, who's God, always gives the hardest role to his best actor. So if you are going through a tough time, you realize that, okay, God trusts me, that I am able to manage tough times, and that's the reason I have been giving it. So I will ensure that we are coming up with the best answer by Mr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Then there will be a marks allocation. So ICAI past exams, all the weightage that has been there for the subject, that will be there, so that you come to know that uh, how important this chapter is. It's like a trend analysis that is done here. Then you have the study mentor, as I said. See now this. So let's put a tick here, study mentor. Now what exactly is a study mentor? Let me explain it to you. See, it's very important to understand uh, what exactly are the contents that we are going to study, right? Now, study mentor is a directive to you to at least study 5 times the whole chapter. For all chapters, it is there. Read, understand, revise, strengthen, experience. If you are really looking for a rank, then this is where you need to stand. This is where you need to stand. Also, let me tell you one thing as regards the whole chapter content. This is your content of the chapter. So, all that you are going to study is given here in this format, because what happens is there is so much to study. See, more than 125 pages this chapter is, more than 125 pages. Now think sensibly. 125 pages till the I will start, we will end. By the time I will end this 125 pages, trust me, there will be a time where you will forget what we had started with and what we are ending with, and then we will again go to the start, and then you will forget what we had ended with. So first you will start, you will end. The moment you will end, you will forget the start. The moment you will start again, you will forget the end. What is going on? So in order to mitigate this problem, what I have done is created the study mentor. So at every point in time, whatever you are studying, you can just write it here. So say for example, there is just in time basic, advantage, disadvantage. You are done with that. You can just write it here. Say 23rd of June, you are done with that. And suppose you are planning to revise it on say 7th of September, you can just write it here. If you feel this point is very important, especially you need to study it before the examinations, highlight this then and there. Now, by highlighting it, what happens is the day you come after giving your past exam, or suppose if you are giving only group 2, then in that case you can just open this chapter 3 study mentor. You will see, okay, 4th point I have marked it as important. Directly you will go to that page number, study, done. Then again next you had marked say this as important. You will go to the page number, read it, okay, done. Are we understanding, everybody? So this is how the whole system works. This is your study mentor. Now this will also give you an indication of how many times you have revised this chapter. The moment you revise it once, you will put a tick mark here. The moment you will revise it twice, you will put a tick mark here. Suppose at times there will be a case where you have studied a particular concept 3 times, you will put 3 tick marks there. Suppose there can be a place where you have just studied it once. So obviously next time when you are revising, you know, oh okay, this I have studied only once and this I have studied 3 times, so I need to focus more here. So automatically what you will do is you will open this, start studying. And this you have to do till there are 5 ticks for all the concepts that are written here. This is going to work as an objective, a target. What I used to do is, I tell you, during my studies time, obviously my book didn't have this, so I made it all on my own. But thankfully you have it ready for you, so utilize it to the best manner possible. Now how you have to study as a target, what I used to do is 11 to 24 if I will complete it today, if I complete this 11 to 24, if all this is ticked today, 11 to 24 content, then I will treat myself with something. I always used to motivate like myself like this. I even do it right now. The moment I will complete 10 lectures with you, I am going to treat myself. Yes, I will go out somewhere, enjoy something. Then the moment I complete 25 lectures with you, I have something planned. So work hard, party harder. That's my whole theme. So this, keep this as your wish list, where you will have a target, complete that target, get it ticked, enjoy. Till that time, do not sleep, do not have anything, or keep yourself very strict and focused that you are going to complete this. All right, so this is where this study mentor is going to be extremely important for you. So then you have scan and learn. So let me tell you something about scan and learn. So also, once you are done with this study mentor, every chapter starts with a preview. Every chapter will start with a preview. Now, what is this preview? This will give you a holistic idea of all the concepts that we are going to study. A preview, a bird's view, a bird's eye view preview. Okay, so this is what we are going to study in this chapter, probably, which is given here in the form of a bird's eye view. Then there is scan and learn, as I said. Now what is this scan and learn? Chalo, let's see. Now suppose if there is just in time, obviously I will explain you the whole concept, and now you want to revise. Suppose now you are revising. Obviously at the time you are going to revise, you may not have your videos in front of you. But suppose if you want to revise and you are not able to recollect JIT, what you can do is open your mobile phone, download any app which has a QR code scanner. QR, just type on the Play Store QR code scanner, download that app and just put your camera there. Automatically it will scan and take you to my YouTube channel, play that lecture, quickly revise it, and then read this. Are you understanding? Suppose now first lean 1 is done, you scanned, you went, you completed this, then you come to lean 2. These are question and answers. Then you come to, say for example, yeah, this is also question and answer of, say, RTP. So this question also has a scan and learn. You want to go through this question, click on that scan code, we'll complete it. Are we understanding? Then suppose you go to lean 2. Again, there is a scan code, scan it. You will go to the YouTube video, quick revision is there, done. Okay, let's move on. So this is your scan and learn, utilized by thousands of students and with the best of reviews that I've got for this. So I hope you got this scan and learn as well. International level sums are included wherever they are. It will be mentioned if it's an international level question, like in this chapter also there are 2, I think, international level questions. I'll just take you through them. Yes, see, here it is. Say this is a international level question. So a chroma. Yes. So chroma, international level question. So it will be mentioned in the bracket that this is an international level question. You have to do it accordingly. Then there will be case study summary. Every case study will have a summary, because in general a case study will be 6 to 7 pages. For the first time when you are reading a case study, it is okay, but when you are revising, it will become very difficult for you. See, like a case study is there on Kaizen costing. Now look at the size of this case study. 1 page. This is a comprehensive solution. A 2 page, a 3 page, a 4 page, a 5 page, a 6 page, a 7 page. 7 pages case study. Now as a student, so much theory to read is next to impossible, and I realize that. So therefore what I have done is this whole case study in a span of 1.5 pages. Ding 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 ding. Are we understanding? Full case study in a span of 1.5 pages. That's it. Killer. What's it? 1.5 pages, all case studies are included. Isn't it good? So that's where comes very, very important. Again, you will see scan and learn. Click on that scan code. You will directly go to that case study. which starts at 40th minute. Done. I have put the summary of case studies as well. So 7 pages case study in 1.5 pages. So whenever you have to revise, obviously you can refer this. First time when we read, we have to read the full detail. Then we can also have the crux, which is the summary. Gotcha, everyone. Okay? Okay. Then you have chapter wise revision summary. Now, what is this? Once every chapter is completed, say, the moment this chapter is completed, the whole summary of this chapter is there in the book. The whole summary of the chapter is there in the book. Are we understanding, guys? So this is again very, very important, because as a student it becomes very difficult to retain everything. So the moment we are done with this chapter, we can just go through this quick fire summary. Oh wow, quick fire summary. Oh wow, that is. Acha. Okay. So these are all points which are included as a part of your book. So as I said, content wise we are through. This also as a scan and learn. Content wise we are through. Teaching wise, I assure you will cover each and every minutest aspects, be it in terms of logic, be it in terms of understanding and everything. And my concept of teaching is very simple. Let me tell you that as well. Before understanding any concept, I will first teach you examples. So I hope you realize how comprehensive the book is. I assure you, no book of SCMP you will find all of these many features at one place. So as I said, you have everything with you. We should now ensure the maximum marks. By default, it covers all of this as well. Now, pay attention here. Now, suppose what is my fundamental? First, I will give you an example of any concept that we are going to study. From that example, and this is going to be a real life example which you and me are easily going to connect with. From this example, we will connect to the concept, and from this concept, we will start with our practical question or theory or whatever it is. Now you will find a lot of your seniors telling, "Oh, your SCMP has become very theory oriented, very theory oriented." They are wrong. This is actually not theory. It is analytics. If you are interested in analyzing things, if you know how to analyze things, then definitely you will not have any problem. But if you perceive that as a theory, then yes, you are gone. Because other than, if you see hardcore theory as a student, nobody likes it, including me. But it is not theory, it is hardcore analytics. Analytical things are there of real life cases. So that's what we will be studying. So anything that we are going to study, how is it going to be? First, we will study the example, then we will have the concept, and then we will do the practical question or analytics. Whenever I am giving you the example, it will be very easy for you to interpret. Then when I am teaching you the concept, we will write down the concept. In case at that point in time you have any doubts, feel free to ask anything that you want to. And finally, we will have practical questions along, so that can also be managed with ease. Gotcha, everybody. So that's how the whole system of SCMP is going to work. First session, so I don't want to overburden you. I hope all of us are very clear with what has been discussed today. Give me a thumbs up. If yes, then done. So today we will end it off here without much of load on us. So I wanted to discuss about the subject, about what are the topics which are there, paper pattern, what is going to be our content. I hope all of that is done. So initially, for the first 2-3 lectures, we may have 1.5 to 2 hour session. Then we will increase it to 3 hours on a daily basis. Because immediately if I start with 3 hours, your mind will sleep in no time whatsoever, which I don't want. So definitely we will have it this way. All right. Okay, guys. Had a great first session with each one of you. Time to say hasta la vista. Keep enjoying the lectures. Keep communicating with me. through WhatsApp. I hope all of you have my WhatsApp number. If not, I'll just write it down. You can directly ask any of your doubts or any communication through this WhatsApp number will be available to you. Let me tell you one more thing. Daily basis, I get at least 200 to 250 WhatsApps. So there are times when some of the WhatsApps get overlooked by me or I'm not able to reply them. So what you have to do, suppose you have WhatsApped me and you've not got a reply, just send me a reminder 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I will never get angry. But don't feel that, Arey yaar, I am WhatsApping sir, he is not replying only, yes, ego. No, sir does not have any ego or does not have any airs of himself or anything of that sort. You can very easily communicate with me. But at times, what happens, I hope you realize that there are so many students with so many doubts on a daily basis, it practically becomes difficult. So if your WhatsApp is missed, then in that case you can just send me a reminder. It could be a first, second, third, fourth, 10th reminder. I will reply as soon as I see and I get time to answer to your query. That is my promise. All right. Okay, guys. Take care. Thank you so much. Hasta la vista. Stay connected. Stay happy. Thank you.